Trees have many interesting features and uses, but it's perhaps their size that inspires the most reverie. While we humans may have a lot of amazing tricks, like we can build Burj Khalifa and Tsar bombs, we'll never grow to be 40 stories tall. But what if we told you that on Earth, there are trees that seem impossibly huge? So join us as we explore the 15 biggest trees in the world. Let's start off with number 15, Bhutan cypress. Bhutan's national tree isn't just symbolic, it's potentially historic. The Bhutan cypress, also known as the Kashmir cypress, is a conifer that usually reaches around 50 feet in cultivated gardens, but in the wild, especially in the Himalayas, it's a different story. Some trees have been reported at heights nearing 312 feet, a claim that's still unverified due to the secrecy of its location. Whether confirmed or not, the species has proven its potential. The tree's blue-green scale-like foliage gives it a regal, almost ethereal look, something that fits its status in Bhutan, where it's been planted for centuries around monasteries and sacred sites. Its wood is highly valued, which has unfortunately made it a target for illegal logging. Now, with wild specimens becoming increasingly rare, conservation efforts are picking up momentum. In Bhutanese culture, it's more than a tree, it's woven into the spiritual landscape, a towering symbol of resilience, patience, and connection to the divine, standing tall among mountain clouds. Number 14, Chihuahua giant. Massive doesn't even begin to describe it. We mean just look at the monster. The Chihuahua giant is a western red cedar near Chihuahua Lake on Vancouver Island. That isn't just tall, it's a living monument to what untouched nature still looks like. Towering at 182 feet with a diameter pushing 20 feet, this tree holds over 16,000 cubic feet of wood, technically enough to crank out 450 telephone poles. But don't get any ideas. It's safe inside a protected area established in That protection came just in time. Over 87% of Vancouver Island's old-growth forests have already been logged into oblivion. Without intervention, this cedar would have likely been reduced to splinters like the rest. This tree was discovered in 1988, and it has become a rare example of what once dominated the Pacific Northwest. An ancient sentinel that still towers over everything around it, untouched not by luck, but by someone finally saying enough. What's left standing here isn't just wood and bark, it's a piece of history the chainsaws didn't win. Number 13, Yellow Meranti. In the rainforests of Borneo's Dainem Valley, researchers expected tall trees, but what they found shattered all their common expectations. The yellow Meranti, a tropical hardwood species, has now claimed the title of the tallest known tropical tree in the world. In 2019, a specimen nicknamed Minara, which means tower in Malay, was measured at a staggering 33.7 feet tall. That's longer than a football field and heavier than a Boeing 737 at takeoff. This isn't just a freak outlier. Other massive yellow Merantis have been found nearby, all thriving in one of Southeast Asia's best protected forest regions. But they're walking a thin line. Meranti wood is in high demand, used in construction and concrete molds, which has made these giants a target. Strict conservation rules now limit access to the region, and even scientists must tread carefully. There's reason to believe taller trees exist, hiding in the misty canopies, but for now, Minara stands as both a towering discovery and a cautionary symbol of what's at stake. Number 12, Dorner. There's a tree in Oregon that looks like it belongs in another timeline, an age when forests were giants and men were just ants with axes. That tree is the Dorner fir. Located in Coos County, it reaches a staggering 327 feet, officially claiming the title of the tallest known non-redwood tree on the planet Earth. Its survival is pure luck, mixed with a very great timing. Most of the region's ancient trees were long gone by the time this one was discovered in. It dodged the saws, the bulldozers, the timber contracts, and now stands protected. This tree is estimated to be 450 to 500 years old, and its 11.5-foot diameter may not be record-breaking, but its height sure is. Now, even more intriguing is that the fact that this one slipped through means others might still be out there, deeper in the woods, waiting to be found. The Dorner fir doesn't just impress with numbers, it challenges the belief that we've already seen the best of what nature has to offer. Number 11. Rainbow eucalyptus. We mean no other tree on this earth wears a color like this. The rainbow eucalyptus is native to the Philippines, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea. But it's now grown around the world, and for good reason. Its trunk looks like an oil painting in motion. As the bark sheds in layers, it reveals streaks of green, purple, orange, red, and gray, all swirling like a watercolor caught mid-stroke. But this tree isn't just pretty, it grows fast, up to 250 feet tall, and thrives in tropical climates. In Hawaii, especially on the island of Kauai, these trees were planted in the 1920s to combat erosion and rebuild lost forests. It worked. Some now line the roads, growing past 200 feet, giving the landscape an almost alien beauty. They're tall, resilient, and absolutely surreal to look at. And while they're not the largest trees on Earth, they might be the most unforgettable. Every inch of the trunk tells a story, one that changes with every season and every layer. Number 10. Wisteria, Ashikaga Flower Park. In Tochigi, Japan, there's a wisteria that doesn't grow like any other tree, but it sprawls. Over 144 years old, this legendary plant has transformed itself into one of the most surreal floral canopies on the planet. Stretching across half an acre, it drapes everything below in thick curtains of lilac and pink, with each blooming vine so heavy it relies on a steel support system to keep from collapsing in on itself. The result is closer to a dreamscape than a garden. During full bloom, sunlight filters through thousands of dangling blossoms, casting a glowing lavender light across the entire area. People don't just visit, they stand in silence, phones forgotten, jaws dropped. Nature didn't rush this one. It took over a century of patience, stillness, and subtle growth to reach this size and spectacle. And unlike most trees that rise vertically, this wisteria expands outward like a living chandelier, delicate, chaotic, and absurdly beautiful in its scale. Number 9. Sumo Uma. The Amazon rainforest isn't known for vertical giants. Most trees prioritize canopy width over height, but the Sumo Uma or kapok tree breaks that trend completely. These trees regularly reach 200 feet, and the tallest ever recorded hit 252 feet, making it the undisputed king of the Amazon canopy. Its growth is fast and aggressive. A young Sumo Uma can surge upward by dozens of feet per year, thriving in floodplains where it pulls nutrients from soaked, fertile soil. Its massive buttress roots can rise 50 feet up the trunk, stabilizing it during rainy season. Local tribes have used its cottony seed fiber for blowgun darts, while animals rely on it for food and shelter. In ancient Mayan mythology, this tree was sacred, its trunk believed to connect the earth to the heavens. To the ecosystem, it's a foundation. To the people, it's a legend. And in a forest of 390 billion trees, the Sumo Uma still finds a way to stand out, literally and spiritually. Number 8. Centurion. Australia doesn't just have big things, it has record breakers. Centurion, a Eucalyptus regnans standing in southern Tasmania, is the tallest tree in the country and the largest flowering plant on Earth. Measuring over 327 feet, it easily rivals high-rise buildings. It earned its name as the 100th giant tree registered by the Tasmanian Forestry Commission, though its survival wasn't exactly part of the plan. This giant stands in a forest mostly stripped bare by fire and logging. Centurion made it through both. In 2019, flames scarred its base, carving out a hollow, but the tree kept going alive, stable, and still growing. Getting close isn't easy. Access is restricted to protect it from foot traffic and accidental damage. Forestry experts believe it still has growing left to do, meaning this isn't even its final form. Centurion is living proof that some of Earth's most massive life forms are still in the fight, quiet, scarred, and standing tall in what little wild remains. Number 7. Tane Mahuta. Deep inside New Zealand's Waipawa forest stands a tree with more than roots. It has a legacy. Tane Mahuta, or Lord of the Forest, is the largest known kauri tree on the planet. With a height of just under 69 feet and a girth of 62 feet, it commands the forest like a god fitting, since it's named after the Maori deity of forests and birds. This isn't just about size. Locals consider it sacred, and many visitors report feeling overwhelmed or even emotional in its presence. Some are moved to tears. It's not just rare, it's ancient, possibly over 2,000 years old, and a silent witness to generations of human and natural history. Because of disease risks like kari dieback, visitors must clean their shoes and clothes before approaching. Raised walkways now surround it, protecting its vulnerable roots from the modern world. Tane Mahuta is more than a natural wonder, it's a guardian, a living, breathing ancestor that somehow still stands. Number 6. Hyperion. Somewhere in a remote corner of California's Redwood National and State Parks, one tree quietly holds the crown. Hyperion, the tallest living tree on Earth. Discovered in 2006, it towers at 379.1 feet. That's taller than Big Ben, the Statue of Liberty, and just shy of a 40-story skyscraper. Its exact location remains a closely guarded secret. The reason? Foot traffic. Human visitors can compact the soil around the roots and disturb the delicate ecosystem that allows Hyperion to thrive. Even without direct interference, woodpeckers have already impacted its crown, stalling its upward growth. Estimated to be 600–800 years old, this coast redwood contains around 18,100 cubic feet of wood, a staggering number when you realize it's all part of a single living organism. For now, it remains the record holder. But deep within these forests, others are reaching, and it's only a matter of time before another redwood quietly overtakes it. Until then, Hyperion remains the undisputed giant of the living world. Hope humans don't cut it. Number 5. White Knight. In Tasmania's Evercreech Forest Reserve, one tree doesn't stand alone. It leads a towering assembly. The White Knight, part of a small group of manna gums, or as crazy scientists like to call it, the great Eucalyptus viminalis, reaches an astonishing 301 feet, making it one of the tallest flowering trees anywhere on Earth. For nearly 3 centuries, it's been reaching skyward while the world below changed entirely. These giants once covered vast swaths of Tasmania, but logging, agriculture, and time carved away at their numbers. What's left in Evercreech is a rare holdout, and while White Knight doesn't boast the bulk of some thicker-trunked species, its height is enough to drop jaws. The surrounding forest feels almost frozen in time, and when you stand beneath the White Knight's silver bark, it becomes easy to forget the world beyond the tree line. This tree doesn't make noise or headlines. It just stretches higher each year, quietly holding its crown above the canopy like it's always been there. Alright guys, now let's move. Number 4. Juggernaut. Tucked inside Jediah Smith Redwood State Park in California stands a tree with a name that fits perfectly, Juggernaut. Also known as Grogan's Fault and Spartan, this coast redwood didn't even show up on maps until when it finally did, it blew past expectations with a height of 460 feet, making it the tallest known single-stem redwood on the planet. It wasn't spotted the usual way either. The discovery came thanks to LiDAR lasers from above scanning every inch of forest canopy, bouncing back 85,000 measurements per second. The data led scientists straight to this towering anomaly, and once fully measured, it turned out to have a base width of 27.37 feet and a massive estimated volume of 42,158 cubic feet. Despite its size, Juggernaut had gone unnoticed for years, which only adds to its mystique. In a forest full of giants, this one was hiding in plain sight until technology peeled back the leaves and found a living colossus. Number 3. Cervim. There's something off-script about Cervim. This towering manna gum in Tasmania's Evercreech Forest Reserve reaches nearly 300 feet, completely defying expectations for a species once considered modest in size. Part of the White Knights, a group of unusually tall eucalyptus trees, Cervim claims the crown as the tallest manna gum on Earth. Back in the 1930s and 40s, there were plans to log these trees, but removing timber from this dense forest was seen as too much trouble. Even when roads were built in the 70s, everything changed when their incredible heights were measured. Rather than falling to chainsaws, they became protected icons. Servim is now surrounded by trails, with a boardwalk wrapped around its base to protect its roots from human damage. But not everyone's thrilled about that. Some feel the structure makes it look like nature's been put on display behind glass. Either way, Servim isn't just tall, it's a towering pause button on what could have been another forgotten forest. What do you think about it? Number 2. Namina Lagarel Mina. Tasmania's forests aren't just home to tall trees, they're battlegrounds between preservation and industry. Namina Lagarel Mina is the tallest Tasmanian blue gum tree ever recorded, reaching an impressive 298 feet. It survived only because of a law protecting trees over 78 feet tall. Just a few yards away, entire swaths of forest have already been cleared, leaving this towering elder stranded on the edge. Its name means mother and daughter in the local Aboriginal language. A beautiful sentiment, but one wrapped in controversy. Many locals oppose naming trees like this, believing it helps forestry commissions spin a softer image after decades of aggressive logging. The wood from these trees is in high demand, especially for pulp and eucalyptus oil, which makes them a tempting target. Thankfully, smaller cultivated groves have been introduced to reduce pressure. Still, Namina Lagarel Mina stands as a rare survivor, both majestic and contested, a tree with more than height. It has history, resistance, and weight. Number 1. Lagoa Christmas Tree. Every December, Rio de Janeiro turns its bay into a surreal spectacle with a tree that doesn't grow from soil, it floats. The Lagoa Christmas tree isn't just tall, it's theatrical. Nearly 79 feet high, it holds the title of the largest floating Christmas tree in the world. This shimmering structure cruises around the Rodrigo de Freitas lagoon, decked out in thousands of lights, with a 2.5-ton star gleaming from the top. Unlike static trees like the one at Rockefeller Center, this one moves, glows, and commands an entire skyline. And when the fireworks start bursting around it night after night, it becomes more than a decoration. It turns into the heartbeat of the city's holiday spirit. What makes it special isn't just size, it's how it brings a city together. Families gather, kids stare wide-eyed, tourists scramble for photos. It's not just about Christmas, it's about wonder on water, on a scale that makes even seasoned travelers stop and feel like kids again. If you've enjoyed watching this video, well, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.